R&B fans, get ready to rejoice after a 3-year hiatus. 11-time Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Jazmine Sullivan is back and better than ever.
That's right. Jazmine is celebrating the release of her 3rd studio album, Reality Show, which drops today. So you definitely have to get that. And she's here to tell us about the new project. Welcome to Arise 360.
Hi. Great to see you, Jazmine. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
2011, you sent out a tweet saying you were tired of the industry.
Yes.
You were taking a break.
I was taking a break.
Tell us what you've been doing over the past 3 years and how you feel being back.
In 2011, 2010 actually, I was actually in a very, very bad relationship. And it kind of took the spark and the love of everything out of me, and so I thought I needed to take a break. It was a lot going on with that, and I just felt like I couldn't do all of it at once. So I took a break, but I don't regret it because I had some time kind of just to look inward and deal with some things with myself. And so now I feel like I'm back. I'm better than ever. I'm older. I'm more mature. I'm wiser, and I'm just ready to share my reality.
It's good to have you back.
Which brings up the title of the album, Reality Show.
Yes.
Why did you decide to name it that, and what can we expect? You already have 3 hot singles out right now.
Thank you. Well, I named the reality show for a couple reasons. One, of course, it was based on a lot of my reality, what I've been going through. And second is I'm addicted to reality TV.
Oh, what's your favorite show?
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Like the more ratchet, the better.
Everybody needs a little guilty pleasure, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's why I named it that.
Yeah. Now, can we talk a little bit more about the relationship that you were in 2010? How did you realize how bad this was for your career and for you personally? And how did you manage to find the strength to get out of this situation? How bad was it?
I think sometimes when you're in a relationship, you can kind of lose yourself. You put everything into the relationship and trying to make it work. And with that particular relationship, it had got really bad and even got physical. And of course, there was no way that I could stay in it. But when you love somebody, you try to make it work. And for so long, I tried to make it work until a light bulb just went off in my head. And I was like, this is not the life for me. This is not how I should be living. I actually wrote about it on a song called Masterpiece on my album, where I'm kind of journeying through and finding the love for myself and self-love, and that's something that I want to share with everybody who was going to listen to the album.
Yeah, well, what advice do you have for other young women who may be in a similar situation? They have an abusive, whether physical or mental or verbal relationship that they're in. How can they get out of that relationship?
For the most part, I think you will have, like, people who genuinely love you, you'll have that support, and they'll be telling you that this isn't right, and I think you should definitely listen. For me, I had so many people telling me to get out of that situation. Before they even knew it had gotten physical, they knew it just wasn't right. So I would say to listen to your family, the people who are closest to you, and then listen to yourself. You know if something's not right. Like, I knew it wasn't right. So listen to yourself and do what's best for you.
Now, I know working on this new album, Reality Show, it was tough for you. You came out, your first album was called Fearless, but you actually had a lot of fear when working on this album.
Yes.
Is that related to this relationship? I know going on stage was difficult for you, getting back on stage.
I mean, definitely being in that type of relationship, you know, it weighs on your self-esteem. And with getting back into the industry, I was definitely scared, having taken so long off, wondering if people still cared about me, if they cared about what I had to say, you know, with there being a lot of artists that came in since I was going. So it definitely was a fearful thing, but the fact that I fought through it, I think is a testament for everybody. Like, you can be scared of things, but you still push through it. And so that's what this album is for me.
And you pushed through it to put out some amazing work. Spin Magazine called it your best album to date.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I am just...
Great accolades.
I'm so happy about the reviews. Like, I was so nervous for so long, but I'm getting such great reviews from critics and fans, and so I can't ask for anything better.
Wow.
I want to talk about the song Mascara that you have, right? And you were actually inspired to create that song because of Instagram.
Yes.
And all the girls that you see posting on Instagram. Tell us about that.
Yes, I was on Instagram, just looking on Instagram, and I would look at, like, the video girls. I would look at them and their lives, their lavish lives, and I would be like, going to different pages, and it all kind of looked the same. It was like a carbon copy cutout of a life. Like, and I was like, this is so interesting. And then I thought, wow, it must be so much to have to keep up with being perfect. And I'm like, I'm so glad that I don't feel the need to have to live up to that.
Because is it even real? So much on
it's
Instagram
not.
is fake,
It's really,
isn't it?
really not. And that's definitely something that I want to show. Even with me and the way that I look and everything, I want to show women to be proud of who you are. You know, like, because everything that you see in the industry is made to look like it's perfect, but it's really not. And how you are is perfect enough.
Yeah, now you're going to perform for us today, but before you do, I want you to tell us really quick about your collaboration with Meek Mills and how that came to be.
Meek, we're both from Philly, and we've run into each other a lot during the years, but this particular time we were just working in the same studio. And he came over to the studio and was like, if you have anything you want me on, let me know. And I was like, for real? You want to be on one of my songs? Because, you know, I'm like, I thought I was considered like the soulful girl from Philly, and a lot of rappers, you know, but he wanted to work with me, and I thought of this song, and it just happened like that. So he's actually the only feature on the album.
Nice. Was Nikki hanging out in the studio?
No, not at that time.
Not at that time.
All right, well, now we're going to let you go ahead over there and get ready to perform a song for us called Forever Don't Last from your new album, Reality Show. Here is Jazmine Sullivan.
For us, baby, like I was on dope for us, baby, chasing after a high that I'd never get back again. So we turned into 3 long years, and it became painfully clear that we would never see those days again. But I guess forever doesn't last too long. Forever doesn't last too long. Forever doesn't last too long these days. And I tried to believe that we could make it, but trying don't work, so I just had to face that forever doesn't last too long these days. Still think about the good times we had and how you used to make me laugh. But baby, I know most times we were miserable. So every time I wanna call, baby, what always helps is when I think of the pain, and I realize I'm better off by myself, 'cause forever doesn't last too long. Forever doesn't last too long. Forever doesn't last too long these days. And I try to believe that we could make it, but trying to work, so I just had to face that forever doesn't last too long these days. Lord knows I gave it my all, and I couldn't save us from falling, 'cause some people ain't meant to be together forever, forever, yeah. Trying to work, so I just had to face that forever doesn't last too long these days.